Welcome back to Cyber Sea of Galiliee, DSMME, on this October 31st, and it is the 31st week in Ordinary Time. Sister, you just pointed that out to me, and I really do appreciate that you pointed that out to me. That's pretty amazing, and we all know what's going to happen probably this evening with the little kids and all that fun that they're going to have as they celebrate, because tomorrow is such a huge feast that everything has to just stop and celebrate tomorrow. So tonight the little kids are going to have some fun anticipating and the spooks and all the above. But in any case, what about the fact that this is a Sunday and therefore the Lord's Day? The gospel today comes from the Gospel of St. Mark. And it's very interesting because we have the scribes. Now, the scribes sometimes in the New Testament aren't the best of friends because they're very literal and they're, they can't quite get the message that God is here to free us so that we can love Him with all our heart, soul, mind, strength. And they don't quite catch on to that sometimes. But this scribe maybe did, because he comes running up to Jesus, and I like that. He approached Jesus with enthusiasm, with energy, with let's get to Him. He knows more than we do, and we need Him, and all the above. So he runs up there, and then he says, Master, what's the greatest commandment? And so the scribe is really trying to say, can you put it into a nutshell? How many of us do that? Just give me the bottom line, So what is it? And then so Christ says to love God with everything that you are. I mean, okay, we got that. And then the scribe says, okay, well, that makes sense. Is there anything else, basically? And so Jesus continues, well, if you do that, and here's your trick, you're going to have to love each other with everything that you are as well, because I live in all of you all. And so the scribe, instead of saying, okay, that's too much, you've asked too much, which many people do, he just kind of looks at the whole thing and he just says, you are so right. To love God with everything is what it's all about. And he continues, so make sure that you read this, make sure you go to Mass and you pay attention. But in any case, then Jesus says, you are not far from the kingdom of heaven. Whoa, I think if that were me, I'd just die right there and go, just take me home, Lord. If I'm not far, can you just pull me the rest of the way, And yet, when we read this, we are like, oh gosh, I just want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. However, in the day today, do we put God first? And do we treat each other? Sister, is there another part of the Mass that maybe you kind of noticed just telling us how to do this?
Well, so the responsorial psalm is Psalm 18. And so it's like, you love the Lord your God. He is your rock. And I want you to think about that, because there's much more in the psalm that's also going on at the same time. And it's the idea that you can give Him everything. You can love Him in everything, and He actually conquers your enemies. He has the victory. And those are things that are kind of holding you back as you're trying to give Him everything, because we just want to give Him everything.
That's beautiful.
But we have to just remember that He does have the victory, and He has conquered our enemies. And so we can trust that He will help us do that if we are open to the grace. And I think that's a great thing to keep in mind on Sunday in particular, because if you're giving your day to the Lord and you're having this moment where you can rest in Him and go to Mass and spend time with your family or do things that really honor the Lord and what He's given you, for the rest of the week, you will have that little bit of energy, a little bit of grace, that reminder to get you through the next week to the Sunday. He has the victory. You can get through this week. You can rejoice in the good things in this week. You can trust in Him for the bad things of this week, or the things you have no idea what to do with. Know that He's in that. He is your rock and your refuge. He's conquered your enemies. You can be with Him, love Him above all things, and you can order yourself and your life towards that, because we want to go to heaven, don't we?
So I'm sure that you all thought that we were going to have an orange and black background, and because of that, we went for the blue, because this is the Vigil of the Great Saints, and where are they found? Under Mary's blue mantle. So have a beautiful Sunday. As Sister so beautifully said, we love you, Lord, our strength. And remember, if the scribe could get it right, we better get it right. Okay, God bless. Signing off from Cyber Sea of Galiliee, DSMME.